Oh yeah. Oh, it's live time, baby.
Oh. Oh boy. Ooh.
Oyez, oyez. Court was in session.
Sorry, I'm carrying my cup.
Ooh, what happened? Ooh, Arianthe's here. Ooh. Ooh. Well. Arianthe, some big things have happened. Robert Durst news.
Jinx with an I or Jinx with a Y?
I don't remember how the series The Jinx was spelled. I believe with an I. I believe with an I. But it's time. The news, honestly, of the fucking year.
Not only that, but for Susan Berman.
For Susan Berman.
Yeah.
Justice for Susan Berman.
His best friend.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the news. Robert Durst found guilty of murder after decades of suspicion. He, if you've watched the Jinx series, you know that he kind of on Hot Mic implied that he killed everybody he's been suspected of killing. With Susan Berman in particular, their relationship is interesting because I think I have a motive and I understand why Bob killed her. So, Susan Berman was like a crime writer. Her father was a mobster. And she would kind of brag about hanging out with unsavory types, you know, part of her vibe. And it's suspected that she was maybe asking Bob Durst for some money, probably to stay quiet about her involvement in the death of Bob's wife decades earlier.
Yeah.
And, you know, him either, I mean, it seemed like he gave her some money, but then I bet you she was going to expose everything anyway, or he was just paranoid and fucking killed her. But it was obviously him that fucking killed her. There's this cadaver letter is what it's called, the cadaver letter in the show, where it's obviously Bob Durst misspelling like Beverly Hills or something. He misspells Beverly and it's the same handwriting. Refers to a body as a cadaver, which is something he's done in a previous letter. Again, they had found stuff, so hop right over to the New York Times real quick. You know, Robert Durst found guilty of murder after decades of suspicion. Yeah.
And a lot of this had to do with the what he said at the end of the documentary on Hot Mic.
Yeah. What was I supposed to say? Killed them all. Oh yeah. Like, dude. Yeah. Apparently, so you know, it came out afterward that he had said he was on meth during most of those interviews. He's on
that's right.
methamphetamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which makes his kind of
Tweaked all the way out.
Yeah. But Mr. Durst, the one-time heir to a Manhattan real estate empire, was convicted of killing a close confidant in Beverly Hills, California in 2000. Yeah, so he did. In the year 2000, he went over to Susan Berman's place and fucking killed her. We gotta eat these cookies.
I know, but I need a granola bar for after the cookies.
Oh, man. Well, so...
they're a little dense. So I need something good after.
Yeah. From this article in the New York Times, Mr. Durst, a frail 78-year-old millionaire who sat through the trial in a wheelchair, was convicted of first-degree murder and faces a life sentence with no option for parole. A judge is scheduled to sentence him in October. And yeah, so it sucks that we had to wait till he's 78 to fucking bust him.
Those pictures of that old man.
Oh, him in court looks bad. Yeah, he looks like a fucking
awful
demon. Here's a little bit of this court footage
awful.
here. If it'll actually play. Come on, baby. Show him. Show his nasty mug. Yeah, he's spooky. This is a spooky looking cat. His wife, a very interesting person. I think they're still married, right?
Mm-hmm.
It seems like she's just kind of like all the women in his life just kind of hold secrets. And he pays them off.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some stuff that they didn't include in the Jinx about Bob Durst as a character type. And one of those things is, you know, he was fired from the Durst organization, which he should have honestly inherited. He was the oldest son,
mm-hmm.
and he didn't. He didn't inherit that shit. Oh, real quick, this is a photograph. Susan Barman.
Mm.
Susan Barman, the person that
her dad's like a former
he is now in
mob boss, right?
Trouble. Yeah. Well, yeah, mob-related fellow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure boss or not. I don't remember, but yeah, apparently a high-up mobster.
Mm-hmm.
Which she didn't know till after he had passed away and stuff. I think she could have discovered stuff about her dad. And again, her character type, she was kind of the LA, I gotta push my script, I gotta push my book type.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, obviously had the dirt on Bob, you know. Suspected that she was the person who, like, wore a wig and went into town and faked a call. To make it seem like his wife was still fucking alive somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But from the Durst organization, right, he was a fucking weirdo when he worked there. Like, he was pissing in trash cans. He was fired for legitimate reasons. Like, dude is a strange person. And fuck yeah, they finally got his weird rich ass. My favorite of Robert Durst's crimes, though, by favorite I just mean like the funniest, is when he has like 25 grand in cash in his fucking car and then goes into like a Walmart and steals a fucking sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
You just have a problem, dude. Like, you just have some severe mental issues. Like, some severe mental issues. Yeah, for him to also have the balls to do those interviews and kind of walk around his brother's like properties and stuff, like, that was fucking ballsy. And you know, the Durst organization, they're the people who took over the Freedom Tower, the 9/11 memorial site. So it's interesting that around September 11th we finally get some justice for.
They do have the verdict.
Durst.
That's pretty interesting.
You know, just a commonality.
Yeah,
it's like, huh, strange. New York politics, you know what I mean? Like that New York sphere of influence. These guys live up in towers and helicopter to work, and you know, go from suite to suite on the ground. And his brother has specific security, like, that was there to protect him from Robert. Like, he thought Robert was gonna fucking kill him, and I think Robert Durst's father was complicit in hiding the fact that Bob killed his fucking wife. And I think her body is somewhere around that fucking New York estate.
Oh, really?
Where he used to live, yeah. And I know they dredged the lake and they didn't find anything, and they had done a bunch of... But there's something. She's somewhere. There's another crime that he should be serving for, but as long as he's caught for one of his fucking multiple murders, I'm a fucking camper. You know what I mean? Susan, I don't think she ever sold any successful scripts. Not that I'm aware of, but I'm interested to kind of maybe deep dive Susan Berman now that we got some justice for her. Maybe see if anything was adapted or if she was like a consulting anything on anything that actually got made. See if we can't watch it, react to it. Yeah. You know? Really cool. Her fucking, what was it, like, her relative, I don't know if it was like a stepson or what, but that guy who was basically getting money from Bob and provided the proof that Bob's handwriting and like misspelling of Beverly.
That guy.
Yeah, that guy. fucking honestly, what a piece of shit that
Yeah,
guy
I know.
was. Like, her only like living relative who was supposed to be there fighting for her is like taking money from Bob. Bob put him through college and doesn't fuck Bob over until he realizes he gave a fucking interview basically simping for Bob. And then calls them back like, oh my god, I have all of this dirt and all these letters, and it totally proves he killed Susan, and I didn't know it. There's no way I knew this before that interview. It's like bullshit, dude.
No, there's no way he hasn't
Yeah.
heard of this prior to the interview.
Yeah, so I'm glad Susan
nobody's
Berman got some justice because, again, she had some fucking money-hungry pieces of shit as her survivors, and they weren't fighting for her for years. Homeboy went through college and probably had a whole life of fucking boyfriends and a nitrate popper problem, and all funded by Durst.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Susan Berman is fucking dead. Oh, but oof. We're gonna try something different today with streams. We're gonna do this subject by subject today. So we're gonna kick it on over to the end stream. We wanted to drop the news about Robert Durst. We wanted to start the party off real quick.
Well, I was gonna say, I do think that I am kind of looking forward to seeing what he's gonna say now that he's been found guilty. This relative kid.
Do you think he'll deny it still, or what the relative kid will say?
What he'll say, yeah.
Now that he's been found, well, he's gonna act like he fucking knew it, and he's been on the
like,
train
well,
the whole time.
I just want to know what like statement he's gonna release.
The son's a dick rider, dude. Hard. But, all right. Close this bitch up. Robert Durst. Sound the dub horns. Bob Durst is in fucking jail finally, where he belongs, and it sucks that he's 78 and, you know.
We'll probably die tomorrow or something.
Yeah, he did serve time for other shit, you know. And like, he chopped his his next door neighbor up.
Yep.
And like that wasn't really up for debate. He admitted, he's like, no, I chopped them up. But it was self-defense why I killed him. That was second-degree chopping up. Bro, you don't just commit second-degree mayhem.
Second-degree chopping up.
Again, while living as a deaf mute woman named Dorothy Siner. Like there's crazy, and then there's this. And yeah, how our legal system in multiple states were just like, you know what? He'll be fine. We don't want to ruin his life.
Yeah.
We want to ruin his life.
Meanwhile, he's stealing fucking
gas
station sandwiches.
He got 25 grand in his fucking truck. Good lord. It's grateful, but finally we got this piece of shit off the fucking streets. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, you weeaboos. Do it for Susan.